Lawrence carries it in for a late 3-on-2 to the right side. Now Motin in front for Cameron, and he scores! After going through an 18-game goal-scoring drought, Bretton Cameron has got 2 in his last 2. As Cameron slams a one-timer right past David Shantz from the mid-slot. The Thunder slice a Victorian lead now, down to 3-1. Sam McKing's control, and Foreman also forcing a turnover. Van Houston right side, tips it in front, Fulton, score! You talk about right place, right time for Jordan Fulton, who picks up his 17th goal of the season with 4:29 to play in regulation. And it's a 1-goal game, Victoria 3, Thunder 2. 2:28 to play. Left side Motin keeps it in, spins off a guy's check. Now to the circle, Motin into the slot, shoots, he scores! The crowd of 8,923 in absolute bedlam as Johan Motin ties the game with 2:19 to play in the third period. And this baby's all tied up 3-3. Steve Van Hoesten's first attempt this season, top of round 2. He breaks in straight away, shoots, he scores! Steve Van Hoesten's snapshot beat David Shantz's glove side. It's 1-0 Thunder in the second round.
It's good that we made a comeback and got at least a point from this. We started off pretty bad, and after that fight, pretty much we just kept going, and guys played more and got more involved, I think. I had a good game, and the goal was nice to get a goal. I don't get goals too often, so it was nice for that too. I don't really remember either, but I got the puck on the blue line, and wasn't sure if I'm going to pass it or just dump it in, but I saw an opening, made a turn back to the boards and got around the guy, and somehow the puck got to my feet, and I just kicked it to my stick and shot it pretty much. Guys got to play more, as I said, like getting more ice time, and like we had to push for a comeback, and guys dared to do more just to try it.
Well, I mean, obviously it's great to come back from the deficit that we did have, but you know, you always want to get that one, especially in the shootout. We've struggled at times this year at that, and you know, look back in yesterday's game on Friday, they came back and you know they had the tenacity to get the job done, and you know, obviously we wanted the 2 points, but you know, with the standards the way they are, we're happy to get the 1 point at least. Been in and out of the lineup the last couple of months, and you know, just trying to find my game again. And you know, obviously Tito and Odia, you know, gave me some ice time here to get back in the swing of things, and you know, they've trusted me enough to put me back on the power play, and you know, I got to deliver. And you know, it's been nice playing with Larry and Fultz and getting the job done. But you know, obviously we got to you know keep with that and play well in you know both zones to you know to be able to get the job done. Every game's like a playoff game now. Obviously, it's you know, it's the last stretch right now, and you know we got to get things done. We definitely got to you know get things rolling here into playoffs and get everyone going. And obviously, it's tough. You know, losing Clarsey tonight. You know, he's a big part of our dressing room and on the ice, and you know he sets the tone for us. So that's a big loss, and someone's got to come in and step up. And you know, we got guys sitting here like Conks that they'll be ready to go. So like I said, it's playoff time now, and you know we want to make the push and you know be playing our first 2 games here.
It's a good thing we're not losing them outright. We're earning points and we're finding ways to battle back. We battled back on Friday night. We battled back again tonight. Obviously, this was an important one. We haven't had really a game where we've been able to battle back and tie it up, where we've been able to even get like an empty net goal. Luckily, we got it before we even had to get to that situation, but it was coming close. I think our start, you know, I think Xander would have liked that first goal back, obviously, and then we missed some opportunities to capitalize, and especially that 5-on-3 situation. But a lot of different guys out of our lineup, a little bit of a scrambling act, but we didn't really execute there. But I gotta really commend my guys. A lot of teams would probably fold and say they were out of it at that stage, and even when there was 10 minutes left in the third, the energy was high on the bench, and the guys were really pushing. And you know, we had some great individual plays, but everybody worked hard together to get that point. It would have been nice to win a shootout, but that's exactly why I hate shootouts. It's not a true indication. It's not a true indication of one team winning and one team losing. Obviously, it's an opportunity to win a game, and I probably hate them because we've lost more than we've won. But It's a good point for us and a good thing moving forward down the end of towards the end of the season here. It's a lot more positive than the point the night before. Obviously, we were in control. In this one, you could say we were out of control in terms of the game flow. We had a big uphill battle. Their goalie was playing real well. We were putting a lot of rubber on him, and he was stopping it all. So the fact that we got lucky, we got our bounce, though off the Fulton skate to get it to make it a 3-2 game, and then Motin has a great spinorama move and just a great finish too. He buries it. So it would have been nice for us. It would have been the right type of game for us to win in the shootout for sure. And unfortunately, we couldn't send our fans home happy with that regard. But I think we entertained them with a pretty solid effort with that comeback. Again, it's that time of year where we've got to rest some guys. Again, you look at our blue line in terms of we're back to that. A lot of our left shots out of the lineup tonight with Constant and Ringwald, and we got Conkle and Chu. So we got some pretty big weapons. Obviously, Fraser Clare isn't able to finish the game, so all of a sudden you got a bunch of guys that aren't available to us in this key thing. But we're getting ready for what we know the real season is going to start in a week or so here. So, but with that being said, we've got a good enough team without those guys to win hockey games, and it showed. We played two pretty good games in a lot of ways, but two games in some other ways that are less to be. It's not the best way to play those two games. So moving forward, we got to concentrate on tomorrow. We got to get a win. We got to keep ourselves in the thick of it. That will be our game in hand on Bakersfield, and then they'll get theirs on Tuesday against Vegas, and then we both play Wednesday. So you still keep fighting for everything that you want to fight for, and you don't stop until they tell you that you're not in first place in the division, and that's the way we're going to treat it.
Yeah, about Fraser, what happened there? What can you tell us?
Well, he obviously went in the boards pretty hard there, so he's got an upper body injury, and it's something that I think it's going to take some rest. It might be something that could stretch into the playoffs, but again, we won't really know until we get some pictures taken of it and doctors get a good look at the situation. But he got a pretty nasty cut over his eye and stuff too going in there, and one of those things. It's a pretty high-paced sport, and there's a guy that plays physical every night and lays it on the line, and it's he's a tough guy, though he'll be fine.